Hello guys, we've been here. So some of my friends asked me how you can create snow inside Maya Bifrost. So Bifrost is a addition to Maya for creating everything that you can create. Um, so in Houdini we have this scattering tools and VDB2 mesh that will give a lot of control to for creating snow very easily. I mean, a pile of snow that settles in contours and they're part of the geometry. So, like procedurally, not like meshing or modeling. No manual work, just using math. So this is a simple, very simple node graph. You can see I'm just doing a simple setup here to get this output. So we can I'll try to recreate this and show you guys how we can also achieve something like this. Okay, let's get started. All right, I have a fresh Maya scene here. Let's import something. All right, let's create a poly cube. Okay, sorry, wrong tool. So all right, so this is a polycube. So let's scale this guy up. There we go. And I'm gonna hide the polycube here. When you're using Bifrost, you can hide the Maya objects and work on the Bifrost shape actually. So this is a Bifrost graph. You can get it from Bifrost graph editor right here. I'm gonna you can create a graph like this, or you can just select this guy and create a graph that will get the cube as your input. I'm not gonna hide it, so but I had it already. So to view the cube, it's easy. Let's connect that output to here, so you'll see the cube. I'll hide the outliner. All right, cool. So look, so okay, so we have this thing. So the first thing we have to do is the idea is everywhere it's same actually. So the like we have to get these the top part. So top part we can achieve two ways in Houdini, Maya, or in Blender. That we have to get the well position or object position, or not well position, object position or normals to get this y direction on the top parts. So then we can use that as a mask and scatter some points, a spear or whatever things you're the custom mesh made for the snow, and scatter them on top of this. So you can use the same method for creating moss or any other slime stuff, anything that you want that only gonna settle on the top part of the geo. So that's the idea. So the same thing you can apply the same thing to any other 3D program that has this capability. Like in 3D programs I have experience is Blender, Houdini, and Maya. So these three can do that. So I'm going to use the same math here and the same method to achieve something like this. So to get the points in Maya Bifrost, you have to use a get point normal. So there we go. So this is get point normal. So I'm going to connect that to the geometry mesh here, geometry input, and so we have this point normal. So now we have to isolate the y. So get that by using a value node here. There you go. And change this vector to 3 dot vector. So we will get the value for 3. And we can connect a dot. Dot is like kind of like a multiply. You can say it's not exactly multiply, but yeah. So let's connect the dot. Now I'm going to make this 1. So I'll get this data. Yeah, so now what you can do is get a scatter node first, scatter points, move this output out, there we go, and connect our geometry, like our geometry is our cube, connect that to the geometry input, so there we go. And then the normal output, what we get to the density weights right here. There you go. So the thing you will be asking is how you can see the mask here. So to get the mask over here, you can just get an assign diagnostic material. So then you can connect this geometry over here, and in the emission color you can connect the dot and just get the output node and connect that to the stick. So there you go. You can see the mask now. Awesome. So the thing is, like, it's creating a proper mask for us. How you can adjust the intensity here. So there's an easy tool. Probably you guys also know this because this is our good old curve. Okay, it's called F curve. Evaluate F curve. Okay. So what you can do is connect the I'm going to move the scatter up a little bit. All right, so get the dot products to the x direction. There we go. We connect that to the emission color so you can see. So that's our curve, cool looking curve. Now you can adjust the position where you want these things to happen. See, I'll move that up. Sorry. You can just play around with this to get a proper value that you're looking for, actually. See? We can leave this here. The next thing we can do is easy enough. Let's connect this curve to the density weight. Just that there. Okay. So we have our points now. So we can check the points in the same way, but using another node called terminal. You can just connect the points to the diagnostics. Probably won't see it. What you can do to see it is use a scope node that is called point scope. There you go. Connect that there. Connect this to the diagnostics, and remove this. All right, so you can see that the points are scattered on top of this geometry. Like I said before, you can just use the F curve to remove points and add them. So that's our points. So I want to move this scope also out of the way to do the rest of the things. All right, so let's create a sphere. You can create a sphere from here. I'm just gonna create a sphere, a simple sphere, polysphere, and hide it, and drag that guy to our graph. There we go. I'm gonna delete this. No need it. So now I'll see it. I can do this here. So let's call in an instance. So this is a create an instance. You need points, of course, and then you need instance geometry. Okay, and now I'm going to disconnect these two and connect the instancer to the output. You'll probably see, yeah, cool looking stuff. I'm going to go to sphere channel box and reduce the scale to 0.1 or so, maybe 0.2, it's fine. I'm back to graph. Okay, so this is what we get. And now we can use it to evaluate force and probably add more stuff to this. Oh, it's too much, I guess. There we go. Or go. Oh, that's pretty something I was looking for. Okay. All right. All right. Cool. Got a spear again. A little bit more scale. All right. Okay. So that's our instance, and we can bake it out using another node called bake instance geometry. We can just connect that to, oops, connect that to the instancer. And now, if I connect the meshes to the output tag again, oops, this merged meshes, nothing fancy because same thing. All right, so the next thing is the important part of this tutorial. Which probably everybody knows till here. So the next thing is we can add a mesh to volume. Mesh to volume here. Connect that to the mesh and volume to our output. Take a couple of seconds. There you go. Don't need this anymore. There we go. Cool. So mesh to volume, change this to store fog density to store level sets. There we go. We already got our volume. Looking good, right? You can do a lot of stuff. You can go to absolute, change this to absolute. You can just get this. I'm gonna change this value to 0.5 to get more window value. There you go. Cool. So lastly, not lastly, in the endpoint we need a volume to mesh. Connect that to the and connect this to the output. There we go. Already getting the snow. Cool. All right, so let's add one more node. Then let's call it smooth mesh. Connect that to the meshes. Add 2, 5. I can't. Yep, I can. There we go. Cool. So the next thing, it looks so uniform and it looks snow, right? But you can do a little bit of displacement inside. Not a little bit, but you can do displacement inside Bifrost. You can just do that inside Bifrost, or you can create a displacement map of a snow from Megascans or somewhere and create more displacement using that map. Or you can just use Bifrost to create that also. To create that inside Bifrost, what you can do is create a voxel field. Create a voxel field. There we go. All right, connect the volume to the voxel field. And we need some kind of a noise to drive this. You can use fractal noise field. Connect that to the field. No. That the field type won't work. We need to add this noise on top of our already existing volume. So we can use add. Add need 2 inputs. So once our voxel, next thing is our noise field. There you go. And we have to find. All right, that's looking good, right? So All right, cool. So we need to convert back to field to volume. So this is now a field. So now we have to convert these guys back to volume. So let's call in a field to volume. Oh, yeah. Oh, nice. The output to the field and connect the volume back to the volume. Super gone. Volume to volume. All right. Okay. Nasty thing. So just change this to absolute again. And all right, look at that. Awesome. So just go to fractal noise again. I don't want this much magnitude. Do that to 0.2. There we go. There we go. And frequency, play around with it until you find something cool. I'm just playing around. So look at that. Totally worth it. I like this one. Very subtle looking, snowy looking stuff. All right. So I think that finished the tutorial. That's how you create snow. I can enable the cube back to look. There you go. Nice looking snow. And the awesome thing about this is whatever the things you put as an input, it'll take it. We'll show you. So I'm going to delete this diagnostic materials and all that stuff. And the funny thing is in Houdini, we have something called a noise SDF that you can just connect in right here. I mean, right here. So if you connect that here, you can manipulate this noise using a lot of stuff like noise, like alligator, simplex, and all those good stuff. And there's a single node. So that single node is these 3 nodes. So the thing is, you can make this as a compound and use this as a tool. So whenever you want to manipulate or add a little bit more detail to your volume, what you can do is just make this as compound and use it out. So you don't need to rebuild these things again for the next project you're going to work on. So the thing I was talking about before that was like I can use whatever the mesh I want. Actually, I can just go to the Canon browser. So just out of this my screen. Sorry, that doesn't matter. You can just go to the Canon browser and get an example. I'm just getting an example mesh. Nothing cool. Nothing cool. All right, I gotta find some mesh. All right, let's find that I have a trash can, or you can use a tree stump. There's a lot of stuff. How about a tree? Tree is better, I guess. Right, tree. Oh, that's a big tree. Scale down. Now it's focused out. A little bigger. Cool. So that tree, you can just drop the tree in here. I'm gonna hide the cube, and you can connect this thing to here. Wait for a few seconds. Bifrost is thinking, and connect this also over here. All right, so here we go. We have our snow. So the problem it's not coming on top is with something to do with our bounding boxes. So the field of volume has a set of bounding boxes that you can manipulate. So you can just give a -100, -100, and so that will be according to your model. You can just expose these values in the compound and you can easily adjust it actually. Yeah, there you go. There you go. The minus one is a little bit. There you go. Minus 100. Right. So this looks, if you want more of this volume, you can just drag it in. Get a little bit more bigger snow. There we go. Looking awesome. Or you can just go to the evaluate force, add more points. You can just use that tool I showed you earlier to visualize it. Bifrost is cooking it. There we go. So you can use that the same tool I showed you to manipulate the tree as well, where you want and where you don't want this thing to be populated, or where you want them to scatter around. So that's a simple little tutorial. Hope you guys like it. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.